Unscrupulous people will often announce their intentions up front. This is the 10th in our series on Truths for Hard Times. And you might want to look at a series I did earlier too on identifying psychopathy, because it's relevant to what we're going to talk about. So especially people known as malignant narcissists and psychopaths, sociopaths, whatever we want to call them, they will often present, when you're getting to know them, either individually or collectively, like in a political campaign, they'll often present with what they're going to do to you up front, and they count on not being believed. So we should talk about why they do that, because they also use a lot of deception, and it seems like telling you straight up what they're going to do would go against that kind of a tactic. So there's two reasons this happens, and I'm thinking too of, I don't know how I stumbled into this. I sat in a video for 2 seconds too long, I guess, but I'm hearing all these women in their 50s talk about bad dates with men, and a number of them are talking about these little dings, these little insults and backhanded compliments. And, you know, from the standpoint of a former clinician, it's got narcissism written all over it when men do that. And of course, women sometimes do it as well. But so a couple of examples. We've got a large organization in the world right now called Palantir. A Palantir is one of the most evil devices in J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth. It's the device that tyrants use to communicate with each other. Hard to be more upfront than that. We've got somebody else, Sam Altman, who in an interview was asked, what are you going to do about the fact that your company is just bleeding money? And he basically said, we're going to keep working on AI until it gets to the point where it can tell us what to do about that. In other words, divination. Wow, he's looking for the oracle. So why do sociopaths and narcissists, why do they do this kind of stuff? There's two big reasons. One is they want to see how malleable you are. They want to see how workable you are. Because if up front, when you first know these people, whether they're in an interview or in a date or at work or whatever it is, if they can ding you like that, if they can give you these little insults or these little peeks at what they're going to do, they know you're workable. They know you'll sit down under the big stuff and be passive. Reminds me of this film from years ago called Nighthawks, where Rutger Hauer is talking to a woman who asks him at one point, what do you do for a living? And he goes, I'm a terrorist. And he really is one. So, you know, workable. So that's one reason they do this. Another reason is they want to, in addition to knowing if you're just going to roll over, they want to show some contempt, because it reveals on the inside what they think of you. And on the inside, they're thinking, these people are just sheep. They'll just do anything. You know, if I tell all these people they're chickens and I scatter glass on the ground, broken glass, they'll peck at it. So partly it's a gesture of contempt that shores up themselves, because on the inside they have no real self, which is one of the reasons they're so outrageously evil. So in a previous video, I think I quoted Rollo May, the psychologist who said, the ultimate mistake is the refusal to look evil in the face. So one thing to do here is develop discernment. And when people make comments that are either insulting or just seem like foreshadowings of really evil behavior, that's the time to pause and reflect and start talking to other people about, what do you think about this? Is this a forecast? How can we protect ourselves in a situation like this? These are storm warnings that should always be heeded.